There is a weaker version of you living inside your mind, a voice of doubt, hesitation, and fear. This version whispers that you are not enough, that you will fail, that you should stay comfortable and safe. But today you must make a decision. That version must die. The version of you that holds back, that second guesses, that clings to past failures, it has no place in your future. If you want transformation, if you want to rise, then you must destroy the chains that keep you small. Weakness is not your identity. It is just a story you have been telling yourself for too long. You were not born to be ruled by excuses, insecurities, or limitations. Every time you let fear stop you, you strengthen the weaker self. Every time you settle for less, you feed it. But the stronger version of you, the one who is fearless, disciplined, and relentless, is waiting to take over. It is time to stop identifying with the part of you that hesitates and step into the version that takes action. Look at your life. Every delay, every missed opportunity, every excuse, it all comes from that weaker self. But here is the truth. It is not real power holding you back. It is an illusion, a trick of the mind. You are not truly limited. You are conditioned to believe you are. That conditioning must be shattered. The weak self only survives because you allow it to. The moment you refuse to listen to it, it begins to die. Think of a warrior stepping onto the battlefield. Does he hesitate? Does he let fear control him? No, he moves forward with certainty, knowing that doubt has no place in his mind. You must do the same in your own life. Whatever dream you have, whatever vision is burning inside you, the only thing in your way is that weaker version of you. If you do not kill it, it will kill your potential. It will rob you of everything you could become. No more delaying, no more waiting for the right time. The right time is now. Stop making peace with the part of you that settles for less. Destroy it. Walk away from the habits that weaken you. Walk away from the thoughts that keep you small. Kill the part of you that doubts, and let the powerful, limitless version of you rise. Because the moment you do, your entire life will change. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to stop you. Hesitation is the fuel that keeps the weaker version of you alive. Every time you pause in fear, doubt, or uncertainty, you give it power. But hesitation is not real. It is simply the absence of a firm decision. The stronger version of you moves forward without waiting for the perfect moment. Kill hesitation, and you will kill weakness. Excuses are the bricks that build the walls of your limitations. Every time you justify inaction, you strengthen the part of you that wants to stay small. But the truth is, excuses are just lies dressed as reasons. The strong version of you does not entertain them, it dismantles them. If you want to win, stop feeding the excuses that keep you from progress. Your mind determines whether you rise or remain the same. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The weak version of you lets external circumstances dictate thoughts and emotions. But the strong version of you decides how to think, react, and move forward. Master your mind, and you will master your life. Weakness is not something you are born with, it is something you allow. Every time you surrender to fear, you reinforce the illusion of limitation. But weakness has no power unless you submit to it. The stronger version of you does not tolerate self-imposed barriers. Choose to be strong and watch weakness dissolve. The past does not have chains unless you choose to hold on to them. Regret, mistakes, and failures are only heavy if you refuse to release them. The weak version of you clings to what was, using it as an excuse. But the strong version of you learns, adapts, and moves on. Your power exists in the present. Let go of the past to embrace it. Comfort is seductive, but it is also dangerous. It makes you believe that staying the same is safe, but in reality, it is a slow death. The weak version of you craves comfort because it fears growth. The strong version of you seeks challenge because it knows that struggle breeds strength. Destroy the need for comfort, and you will unlock limitless potential. Discipline is the tool that carves the future you desire. Without it, even the greatest dreams remain fantasies. The weak version of you avoids discipline because it requires effort and sacrifice. But the strong version of you embraces it, knowing it leads to mastery. Kill the resistance to discipline, and you will shape the life you were meant for. Doubt is a whisper that becomes a scream if you entertain it. It starts small, planting seeds of uncertainty in your mind. But if you let it grow, it will consume your confidence and paralyze your actions. The strong version of you recognizes doubt for what it is, a false voice. Silence it with action, and doubt will fade into nothingness. Every time you settle for less, you betray the powerful version of yourself. The weak version of you is content with mediocrity because it fears failure. But what if failure is simply part of success? The strong version of you understands that growth requires risk. Stop settling and start demanding more from yourself. Fear is not real, it is a product of your thoughts. The weak version of you magnifies fear, making obstacles seem impossible. But fear only exists in the absence of courage. The strong version of you acts in spite of fear, proving it has no real power. Face fear head on and watch it disappear. Waiting for motivation is a trap that keeps you stagnant. The weak version of you needs to feel inspired before taking action. But the strong version of you acts first, knowing that motivation follows movement. The more you do, the more motivated you become. Kill the idea that you need to feel ready, just start. Excuses are just stories you tell yourself to justify inaction. The weak version of you relies on them to avoid discomfort. But every excuse is a self-imposed barrier between you and your potential. The strong version of you takes responsibility instead of making excuses. Replace excuses with execution and watch your life transform. The most powerful force in your life is your belief system. If you believe you are weak, you will live as if it is true. The weak version of you doubts, while the strong version of you believes. Strength is not about having no fears, it is about believing in yourself despite them. Change your beliefs, and you will change your reality. Your habits shape your destiny more than your desires do. The weak version of you hopes for success but maintains habits that ensure failure. The strong version of you builds habits that align with your goals. Consistency, discipline, and self-control create the future you want. Destroy weak habits, and you will destroy the weaker version of yourself. Distractions are the tools of the weak version of you. They keep you entertained but unfulfilled, busy but unproductive. The strong version of you focuses on what truly matters. If something does not bring you closer to your goals, eliminate it. Kill distractions, and you will unleash the power of focus. Your comfort zone is the prison where your potential is locked away. The weak version of you stays inside, afraid of the unknown, but everything you desire lies beyond that invisible wall. The strong version of you pushes past discomfort, knowing that growth requires movement. Step outside your comfort zone and you will step into your true power. Your future is being created by your daily choices. The weak version of you makes choices based on emotion and impulse. The strong version of you makes choices based on discipline and vision. Every decision you make is either building or breaking your future. Take control of your choices, and you will take control of your life. Regret is far more painful than hard work. The weak version of you avoids effort and sacrifice, seeking the easy path. But the strong version of you knows that temporary struggle leads to long-term success. Would you rather endure a little pain now or a lifetime of regret later? Kill the desire for comfort and choose the pain of progress. The battle for your future is happening in your mind every day. The weak version of you whispers doubts, fears, and limitations. But the strong version of you speaks confidence, courage, and possibility. Whichever voice you listen to will determine your path. Silence the voice of weakness and amplify the voice of strength. Growth is only possible when you step beyond what feels familiar. The weak version of you seeks the illusion of security, staying where it is comfortable. But safety is often a disguise for stagnation, keeping you from reaching your full potential. The strong version of you understands that discomfort is a signal for expansion. Each time you push beyond limits, you grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Kill the fear of uncertainty, and you will embrace the power of transformation. Your potential is waiting behind the walls you have built for yourself. The weak version of you believes in restrictions, seeing obstacles instead of opportunities. But the strong version of you knows that these walls are illusions created by doubt and hesitation. The moment you stop seeing limitations as permanent, they lose their power. Break the barriers, step forward, and redefine what is possible. The only thing stopping you is the belief that something is stopping you. Pain is not your enemy, it is a tool for your evolution. The weak version of you avoids hardship, fearing discomfort and struggle. But pain is the price of transformation, a necessary part of growth. The strong version of you embraces challenges, knowing that struggle builds resilience. Instead of resisting pain, learn from it, adapt, and use it as fuel. When you shift your mindset, pain becomes the doorway to strength. Doubt does not disappear on its own. You must confront and defeat it. The weak version of you listens to the voice that questions your ability. But doubt is nothing more than fear disguised as logic, trying to keep you small. The strong version of you moves forward despite uncertainty, proving doubt wrong with action. Each time you silence it through execution, you weaken its hold. The only way to eliminate doubt is to replace it with certainty through consistent progress. Waiting for the right moment is a lie that keeps you stuck. The weak version of you waits for permission, for a sign, for circumstances to be perfect. But there is no perfect moment, only the one you choose to act in. The strong version of you understands that opportunity is created, not given. Take control, step forward, and make the moment right instead of waiting for it. Kill hesitation, and you will always be in control of your future. Your dreams do not care about your feelings, they require commitment. The weak version of you only takes action when it feels inspired. But true success is built by those who work regardless of emotion. The strong version of you operates on discipline, not fleeting motivation. Each day you push forward without needing external encouragement. You strengthen your foundation. Stop waiting to feel ready, decide to be ready and act. If you allow fear to lead, you will always follow a path of regret. The weak version of you avoids risks, choosing comfort over possibility. But every dream, every goal, every life-changing moment requires stepping into the unknown. The strong version of you acknowledges fear but refuses to be controlled by it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to act despite it. Kill fear's influence, and you will unlock a fearless future. Your identity is shaped by what you repeatedly tell yourself. The weak version of you listens to negative self-talk, reinforcing insecurity. But the strong version of you takes control of your narrative, replacing doubt with certainty. Words have power. Speak as the person you want to become, and you will start living as that person. Every thought, every affirmation, every belief builds the reality you experience. Kill the inner critic, and you will set yourself free. Procrastination is not just laziness, it is a form of self-sabotage. The weak version of you finds reasons to delay, choosing short-term comfort over long-term success. But the strong version of you understands that hesitation is the death of momentum. Progress is built in moments of action, not in waiting for inspiration. The more you act, the less room there is for procrastination to survive. Kill the habit of delay, and success will chase you instead of you chasing it. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The weak version of you surrounds itself with distractions, negativity, and unmotivated individuals. But the strong version of you curates an environment that fuels progress and ambition. Growth happens where inspiration and discipline thrive. If your surroundings do not push you forward, they are pulling you backward. Change your space, change your circle, and you will change your destiny. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The weak version of you relies on motivation, which comes and goes like the wind. But discipline is unshakable, rooted in commitment and consistency. The strong version of you does not negotiate with excuses or distractions. When you master discipline, you master life itself. Kill inconsistency, and success will no longer be a possibility, it will be inevitable. If you do not control your emotions, they will control you. The weak version of you reacts impulsively, making decisions based on temporary feelings. But the strong version of you remains centered, choosing logic over emotional chaos. Emotional mastery does not mean suppression. It means understanding and directing your emotions wisely. Every time you pause before reacting, you strengthen your inner power. Kill emotional instability, and you will unlock the ability to remain unshaken in any storm. A weak mind will always find a reason to quit. The weak version of you looks for exits when challenges arise. But the strong version of you finds solutions, adapting instead of surrendering. Every hardship is an opportunity to grow if you refuse to back down. The difference between success and failure is often persistence. Kill the urge to quit, and nothing will be able to break you. The opinions of others are not your reality unless you allow them to be. The weak version of you seeks validation, living according to external expectations. But the strong version of you is self-validated, moving forward regardless of approval. True freedom comes when you stop needing permission to be yourself. Kill the fear of judgment, and you will walk boldly in your own truth. Your life belongs to you. Live it on your terms. Your body is a reflection of your discipline and self-respect. The weak version of you neglects health, choosing pleasure over longevity. But the strong version of you understands that strength in the mind begins with strength in the body. A disciplined body fuels a disciplined mind, creating unstoppable momentum. How you treat yourself physically reflects how you reflect mentally. Kill the habits that weaken you, and your energy, confidence, and focus will rise. Your struggles are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. The weak version of you sees obstacles as reasons to stop. But the strong version of you recognizes that challenges are stepping stones to greatness. Every difficulty is shaping you into the person you need to become. Resilience is built through hardship, not ease. Kill the mindset that sees struggles as setbacks, see them as setups for your next victory. If you do not prioritize your goals, someone else will prioritize theirs over yours. The weak version of you allows distractions, letting outside forces dictate focus. But the strong version of you fiercely protects time, knowing that dreams require undivided attention. Time wasted is opportunity lost, and every moment counts. Set boundaries, stay focused, and guard your energy. Kill aimless wandering, and you will move toward your vision with unstoppable clarity. Mastery is not about talent, it is about obsession and repetition. The weak version of you gives up after the first failure, believing skill is fixed. But the strong version of you understands that expertise is earned through relentless practice. Every setback is a lesson, every failure a teacher. The more you refine, the more unstoppable you become. Kill the belief that talent is enough. Dedication and consistency are the real keys to mastery. Success is not an event, it is a series of choices made every day. The weak version of you waits for luck, hoping for a breakthrough. But the strong version of you builds momentum with daily, disciplined action. Small efforts compound into massive results over time. Your future is being created in the decisions you make today. Kill passivity and take full ownership of your destiny.